Thank you. Our second question concerns energy and energy needs and environmental concerns. And we'll start with Ms. Adcock. Legislation in both Adcock, I'm sorry, I said Adcock. I apologize. Adcock. Legislation in both the House and the Senate strictly regulates and tax energy use and possibly create an additional drag on virtually every facet of our economy. What is your position regarding the congressional carbon tax bills that are being considered and the other environmental acts currently under consideration? And what kind of policies would you support to meet our current and future energy needs?
First of all, I think Indiana is doing a wonderful job in green energy, and I think that's the direction we need to go in. As far as cap and trade is concerned, I am a preventive medicine background, and I think there's a combination of things to look at. Not just giving the industry money for reducing their emissions, but also looking at what the effect is on the health of the people near those factories that are spewing out the emissions. So taking a look at it maybe slightly differently, where you do want to have the companies to reduce the emissions, but instead of giving the money to the federal government, why not give it to the states to add to the healthcare pot so that we will be able to take care of any of the catastrophic healthcare as a result of the emissions. But as far as preventive medicine is concerned, and public health and environmental health, we have to be cognizant of it because we just have to. We have to keep the renewable energy, and we have to have incentives to be able to make people conscious of the fact that we need to be more energy efficient.
Cap and trade will decimate the economy in the state of Indiana. We are a coal state. We are sitting in some of the largest coal mines in the nation in southern Indiana. I can tell you that one of the reasons why in the past 5 years 100,000 new jobs have come into the state of Indiana, we have the lowest utility costs, some of the lowest costs in the nation. Because we use nuclear energy, and because we use coal, and it's clean burning, and it's 98.9% clean in southern Indiana, the coal gasification plants. And I'll tell you this, if we usher in and allow people to come in and cap and tax our Hoosier land over the coal that's sitting in our state, we will decimate our economy, we will triple our utility rates, and for those of us that live up here and even further north in the snow belt, I'm telling you, my district can't afford it. Alternative energy is great. The question we ought to be asking is this. The question in energy ought to be how quickly can we get off of foreign oil and drill in this nation and put people back to work? How quickly can we do it? How quickly can we move them out? How quickly can we drill on the intercontinental shelf, below the ocean floor? Drilling in this nation is setting this country free and breaking the bonds of these environmentalists that have no clue and no concept.
Well, first let's be clear about this. Everybody in America wants a clean environment, but cap and trade has nothing to do with improving our environment in this country. Their own studies show that it won't change the temperature of the earth 1 degree, it won't save one polar bear. What this is really about is about an attack from folks that live on the coast, an area where there's much more pollution, and trying to raise the cost of life here in the middle of our country. The bill doesn't make sense. You're not going to improve the economy by giving non-polluters the right to sell polluting rights to folks who are polluting. It doesn't make any sense. What it's really about is one of the largest taxes in the history of this country in an effort to require us to carry the folks that live on the coast on our back. It's not right. We need to stand up against it, and I'll fight for that in Congress. We do need an energy policy in this country that's focused on providing every reasonable opportunity we can to get low-cost energy. It's important for our economy, and it's important for our national security, because we cannot continue to be a country whose energy sources are dependent on those who live abroad. Many of them are enemies. And if you elect me to Congress, we'll go there and fight for those principles. Thank you.
good people out there believing in global warming? No. You know, there's not even a scientific background for it. You know, the data that England had is now missing, that they fired a university president over that. This is the data that we were going to, predicate this cap and trade bill. It makes no sense at all that we put it on flawed data. We have to get independent from oil around the world. I've been in the Middle East. I see what's going on over there. Unfortunately, we're losing young men and women fighting a battle that often has to do with oil. We can do better than that. We can do nuclear. We can do wind. We can do solar. We can do coal. All the things that Mitch Daniels does right here in Indiana and get off the dependence on foreign oil. If you send me to Congress, I'll make sure that we have a drill here as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
First, I want to say hello to the people over there in the cheap seats. When I go to a Amy Grant or Vince Gill concert, I end up sitting over there because I'm too cheap to buy the good seats. So I'll try not to ignore you as we answer the questions. I was glad that Rose pointed out my experience. As I said earlier, I'm known as a problem solver. And after 9/11, I became very concerned about our energy independence, not just for the state of Indiana, but for our nation as a whole. Jackie's right. We have more coal underground in Indiana than Saudi Arabia has oil. Okay? There's a problem with it. It's high sulfur coal. So what did I do? Again, as I said earlier, the first thing I do is listen, and then I go about solving the problem for Hoosiers. So 8 years ago, long before it was cool to talk about energy, I created the Clean Coal Technology Center at Purdue University. And what the engineers and the scientists do there, they do two things. They look for ways to burn Indiana coal in a more environmentally safe way, which they're doing, and they look for markets for the byproducts of coal, like coal ash and CO2. So we're producing jobs in southern Indiana, and we're also producing jobs up around Discovery Park at Purdue University. Homegrown energy is a winner for everyone. Indiana coal, nuclear, wind, solar, and methane. A good balance, but in Indiana, we're still coal country, will be for 600 or 700 more years. Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, I want to refer to climate change and global warming. I think that if you continue to go down a global warming path, that we tend to get into a bit of a problem. I just want to acknowledge that climate change would fully support our movement toward healing Mother Earth. As far as I'm concerned, there's no conflict between hydrocarbon-based and green-based energy policies, only opportunities. So instead of carbon or pricing carbon or cap and trade, we should focus on enforcing EPA limits at the source. Smokestack, water pollutants, dumping. If pollutants need to be reduced, new technologies will emerge in order to do so. Tax incentives should be provided to those corporations who spend dollars on such initiatives and should receive a one-for-one tax reduction for dollars spent or invested. The coal industries of Indiana, absolutely, we have an abundant level of coal. But as the green initiatives take hold, the coal industry can make investments and diversify in other alternative energies as well to make sure that they remain competitive in years to come. We shouldn't be afraid of going down the path of investing in other industries. I also agree that we should increase our production of oil and horizontal and SAGG wells, which is steam-assisted gravity drilling, which has low impact on the environment. America needs to be a net exporter instead of a net importer as we are today. Thank you.